the last day of Love Your Leftovers, and last but not least, we are going to be attacking everybody's favorite part of Thanksgiving, pie. And we have got some pecan pie here that I am going to turn into a refreshing milkshake. So maybe you still have a sweet tooth, but you're just a little burnt out on pie. We're going to turn this into a milkshake that you can drink any time of day, so midnight snacks, that's what it's there for. And it's really simple. We only have 3 ingredients because one of them is pie. So, got my little trusty blender here. If you have a big blender like at home, this is going to be no problem. If you have a smaller blender, you got to make sure you don't overload it. So I'm going to use just a little bit of every ingredient, and it's going to make for a really great mix to make our milkshake. So, step 1, number 1 ingredient, pecan pie. So I would say what I'm going to use right here is not going to be an entire slice of pecan pie, probably more like a half slice, maybe even like a third of a slice. I don't know, this is pretty big still. And I'm going to put it in there first because it's going to be the toughest part to sort of mix up. But see, it's not just a huge piece. We're going to put crust and everything in there, and it's going to really be good. So if you've ever had, there's like a couple of fast food places that do like a pie shake. And they're pretty awesome. So I like pecans, and I'm going to throw a couple extras. Okay, so this is a little bit messy. Pecan pie is sticky. We're all right there. So, this is something that's so easy. I feel like even kids could do it. All right, so we've got our pie in our blender. The next big ingredient for milkshake, ice cream. So we've got vanilla ice cream, just straight out vanilla ice cream. And I'm just going to scoop out a couple of nice spoon-sized scoops. So this is a pretty big spoon, but it's not a scooper, so we're going to do that. So our ice cream has been out of the freezer for just a minute, so it's kind of soft, but it's not like liquid by any means. All right, speaking of liquid, we are going to add some milk. So milk is going to kind of help that milkshake move around so that we're not just dealing with solids on solids on solids, or in this case, kind of smooshy solids on smooshy solids. So I'm just going to fill that up to where it covers the pie, but not the ice cream, because I can always add more milk, but obviously tougher to take away. So I'm going to put my lid to my blender on and make sure that it's closed. If you've ever run a blender with the lid open, you will know that's not a great idea. So, got to make sure that blender is closed, and then with this tiny blender, we're going to start really slow, just kind of pulsing it up. So, if I notice that things aren't moving around in my blender, I can always take my spoon and kind of stir it, and that's going to kind of help get things going. And I can also add a little bit more milk, so that'll help it move. So, we'll blend. It looks pretty liquidy, so I could go back and add some more solids, I could go back and add some more ice cream or some more pie, if that's the direction that you want to go. Depending on whether you want to spoon this or straw it, you may have a little bit of a different idea of what you want your touch to be. So I'm going to add just a little bit more ice cream, because ice cream is sweet, but pecan pie is next level sweet, so I think I'm going to go ice cream instead of pie here. Just a little bit more, just to sort of thicken it up, so it's a little more milkshakey and a little bit less just milk. All right, so we're gonna blend that. Like I said, little blender, working really hard on those nuts, working really hard on that pie crust. But it looks pretty nice. Like, it looks like butter pecan ice cream, or like a, just liquefied pecan pie, which is hard to go wrong. So, our milkshake is done. We've got pecan pie, vanilla ice cream, and just a little bit of milk to kind of loosen that up. And it is ready to go. And this is a blender that you can drink straight out of. If you have a big giant blender, you can still drink straight out of it. I will not judge you. But the easiest way to drink a milkshake is to have a really great milkshake straw. So I'm going to put my straw in here and give it a try. So that's really good. As you can imagine, because it's pecan pie, it is super duper sweet. So this might be like a special treat, or you might pair it with a cup of coffee just to kind of get that bitter and sweet together. And I think that would be really delicious. I always like coffee with pie. This is definitely no exception. So As you're using those last few pieces of pie, or maybe you don't have quite enough to really justify putting it on a plate, put it in a shake, get some ice cream. Can't go wrong. I hope you guys have enjoyed this entire week of learning to love your leftovers and that you have a wonderful holiday season. And I will see you guys around.